Hi, I'm Danny Bustos and I train mixed martial arts and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
One shot, now the future is yours. Yeah, I was building on the lecture. Verses coming daily under pressure. Working on the plot and the scheme. The true style trademark is at the edge of your dreams. I'm talking one shot for the kill. The breeze cut, freeze up, straight dropping the chills. I'm talking. It's one shot, now the future is yours. Go!
I've been training for about 4 years now. I want to aim to actually compete in the world setting. So my life revolves around jiu-jitsu in a way. I train 4 to 5 hours in a day. Usually after work, diretso na ako sa gym and that's where I put the work in. So I wasn't always like this. Kasi if you look back into my history, mga 4 years ago before I started training mixed martial arts and Brazilian jiu-jitsu, I was actually very overweight. I had a hard time to actually even tie my own shoes, and that's when I thought that I needed to do something about my well-being and my health. I was a heavy smoker. I was also into a lot of alcohol and a lot of eating. So usually pag nagutom ako ng 3 a.m., I'd always get a big, quarter pounder and large fries. I didn't care about my health at all. As in, kinakain ko lang lahat, wala akong pakialam, and I wasn't sleeping right, I wasn't eating right, and I wasn't even training at all. I think what triggered me to have a healthier lifestyle was I got back from a trip from Cebu and I've been eating, I think, lechon for like the past 3 days. And as soon as I got back to Manila, I had a very, very tight feeling in my chest. If I walked somewhere, I would always catch my breath. If I did something, lagi akong pagod. And I thought that maybe it was time for a change. My mom gave me 2 choices nung sinabi ko sa kanya na gusto ko magpapayat. Sabi niya, it's either I go to a fitness gym or it's either I try out boxing. And when I first signed up for boxing, I never thought that I was gonna train for it seriously. Kasi I was only doing it for the sake of exercising. I was doing it maybe once or twice a week. Tapos I saw this jiu-jitsu class in that same gym and they invited me to try it out. There was a free trial in that class and I took that free trial, and that's when I saw that I could actually stick to it. That's when I started training maybe thrice a week, 4 times a week, until I started training every day. I tried a lot of different sports, I tried a lot of different exercises, but I stuck with jiu-jitsu. It's because I always loved the philosophy of it. There's a lot of mental aspect that goes around with the sport. It's not just all physical, it has something to do with how you think, and I felt like it was home for me kasi it was a bunch of people who were much like me, and I found community at the same time. It was a very fun interactive workout, not just for my physical health but also for my mental health, because jiu-jitsu is like a chess game. You have to think, you have to think, you have to think, and the moment that someone gets ahead of you, that's gonna be checkmate. They're gonna get you choked, they're gonna get you, in different submission holds. At first, it started off as something that I just wanted to lose weight. Pero eventually, I started being competitive. I started like wanting to do techniques, but the size of my body wouldn't allow me. I couldn't do techniques because my belly was so big and I was a bit overweight and I couldn't compete. That was, I guess, the hardest part. I wanted to compete, but I couldn't control my weight. So every time my competition and magkakaroon ng weigh-ins, I couldn't meet weight. I couldn't, because I didn't follow a healthy lifestyle. I was so focused on improving my game. I started to eat right, I started to train right, I started to do other exercises to complement and supplement my jiu-jitsu. I think what kept me training was more of like the habit of it. It's because I didn't just want to maintain my health, I also wanted to constantly strive to be better. Jiu-jitsu is a sport that you can never perfect. There's always gonna be new techniques, there's always gonna be someone better than you. And I think that's the whole thing that made me stick with martial arts in general. It's discipline, it's continuous improvement, it's being 1% better than yourself when you first enter the gym. So sa simula, struggle talaga siya. And I mean, nothing's easy in life, lalo na kung gusto mo magpapayat. I know how it feels, lalo na pag medyo overweight ka. There's a lot of insecurity, there's a lot of self-esteem issues. And I guess what would keep you going is to just have that clear goal in mind. At the beginning, it's a chore. You do it, it's because parang kailangan mo lang gawin. Tapos eventually, it turns into a habit. Ginagawa mo siya and you kind of feel incomplete pag di mo siya ginagawa. And then next, it turns into a lifestyle. It becomes your life, it becomes your, like something that's complementary to your life na hindi mo makita yung sarili mo in the future not doing it. So I guess that's what keeps you going. It's not about competition, it's not about yung parang you want to become good. It's more of like you just want to see yourself better. It's more of like you want to look into the mirror and still feel that same confidence. Kasi I know how it feels pagka overweight ka and you have a lot of self-esteem issues. Madami akong bagay na hindi ko magawa before. It's because I always doubted myself. It's not about vanity. It has something more to do with your mental health. There are things that you want to do, there are things you want to say, pero hindi mo magawa is because you're not confident. And I think fitness and jiu-jitsu helped me overcome that. When I started seeing results, I started trusting myself more, I started becoming more confident, and I started being less insecure about myself. And that's when I saw a lot of things change in my life. Hindi lang sa physical aspect, hindi lang sa health ko, pero also in my career, also in my relationships and everything. 1% better is better than 0. Change doesn't happen overnight eh. Hindi yan yung nag-exercise ka once, tas makakita ka ng results. Sometimes mahirap, may struggle and everything, pero you have to keep in mind that 1% better. Minsan kahit na you fail to do what you plan to do pag pumunta ka sa gym, pero the fact that you went there, it's more than enough. You went out 1% better. And if you keep that mindset, that will carry on. Yung 1% mo, magiging 2% yan, magiging 3%, magiging 4%, 5%, and eventually you'll see that change in your life. All you have to do is just be patient and trust in yourself. Trust the process. Mahirap, but you know, wala naman talaga madali sa buhay eh. Kahit na anong gawin mo, there's always gonna be struggles, there's always gonna be obstacles. And just always keep in mind, 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%.